Chopper gains a friend. I didn't expect this episode to be as enjoyable as it was, especially because it was all focusing on Chopper. Chopper isn't the most likable character in the show, and even by the end of the episode, he still isn't very likable. What was very well done was the journey he went through from stealing the replacement leg to him taking over an Imperial cargo ship. The group go through their standard rebel mission, and while Chopper is meant to stay behind and watch the ship, while doing so, he ends up taking notice of a shop owner who's selling a leg that would match his, essentially replacing the one he has. Of course, when Chopper wants something, he is going to go after it. This leads to him stealing the leg and being chased by stormtroopers. So to quickly lose them, he makes a turn and sneaks inside a cargo ship that ends up taking off. This is the point where the episode gets really interesting as we begin to know an inventory droid who was once a navigator in the Clone Wars. He is mistreated by his new owner who seems to hate droids, and the droid himself begins to develop an emotion out of it. While checking the ship for the rebels, he runs into Chopper, who slowly convinces him that he needs to help him take over the ship, even going so far as to lock the troopers inside one cargo and letting it send off a part of the ship, and even taking out his owner in another situation. So Chopper even gets to set him free, so he is no longer tied to the Empire. He now has free will, and this gives him the motivation to escape and help Chopper to get back to the rebels. While we were able to see the character arc of this new droid, we didn't get much out of Chopper, who really is the more important character of the two. Yes, he did do a good thing by helping out this droid escape from the Empire and realize that he is better off helping the rebels, but it was only so he can be taken to safety after stealing. Chopper's character is quite a bipolar one, doing one thing that leads to a good thing. I did like how the dynamic of the two, both Chopper and the droid, mimic the dynamic of R2-D2 and C-3PO, with one being very strict and by the book, and the other being a loose cannon. I like this episode for what it was, but I think it's time that we start getting back to the more focused episodes that this season has to offer. So those are my thoughts of this week's episode of Rebels, and I can't wait to see what happens next. So see you next week in the next episode.